back, and you've been listening to Life in the Hologram on the Revolution Radio Network. And just a little reminder, we are listener supported. So if you have some change or dollars, we'd appreciate the donation because we have a lot of hosts on here and we do a fantastic job, and everything is volunteer in the whole Revolution Radio. So please donate. We'd appreciate it.
Yeah, a big thank you to the listeners.
Yeah.
And don't forget, the archives are free and there's literally thousands of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many hosts do we have? Like 70 or 80?
Yeah, the 80 hosts. Yep.
Yeah, that's a lot.
It's a lot. It is a lot. A lot of them are fantastic. You've been on the Revolution Radio for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of
We're coming up on a year.
We are. How did
yes.
that happen? I mean, it was November, right? Was the last show on KCOR?
Mm-hmm. And then we started in January.
And then, did we start January? We started on a Wednesday and then we moved to the Friday, right?
Yeah, in January or February.
Yeah.
I think it was January.
It's a year? It's hard to believe, Madeline.
I know. I know. Because I was with KCOR for like 8 years.
Yeah, I was there a year. Yeah. So that means I've been doing it for 2 years now. That's hard to believe.
Mm-hmm.
That's really hard to believe.
So, Dr. Sharnael, give your contacts so our listeners know how to get in touch with you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. I am at drsharnael.com, and that is www.drsharnael, like Israel. I am on Facebook. I am on Instagram. I am on Twitter. Well, I guess it's X now. I'm on TikTok, believe it or not. That was something.
Donald Trump was on TikTok last night.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
Really? Okay.
He was doing a live.
I didn't know that. Okay. Well, I'm on there too. Not right now, but I am literally on there. And let's see what else. I am on Telegram and of course YouTube. How can I forget that? We have our podcast that we do there, and Spotify and all the normal podcast places every Thursday at noon. We have a live show. And then Facebook. I feel like I'm missing something, but oh well. I'm out there somewhere. You guys can find me. I'm around.
Yeah. Check her out. So now what kind of business do you have?
Oh gosh. Well, we have a clinic, a wellness center, and we see patients. We have all kinds of fun little, we call it the lavender lightning approach. So we like all the natural things, being a naturopath, of course, whether it's detoxing the body or supplementing in any ways, or doing things that may support, your diet, drinking lots of water, getting rest, staying grounded, different things like that. And then we also have a lot of different kind of biohacking technology, like red light therapy and ozone therapy and hydrogen water bottles and hyperbaric chamber. And we have different fun lasers and biofeedback and biomats. We have a sound bed, foot detox, lots of things like that. And then we have different services as well. We have raindrop therapy, emotional release, hypnotherapy. We have QHHT. We have, I'm probably leaving something out, but lots of different things. And if you go to the website, drsharnael.com, there is a little button there right close to the top that says Living True Wellness Center. And that has more information on not only what we have here, but our team, because we have lots of people that are here. Matter of fact, they're working right now. I'm working with some people. There's 3 or 4 people up there right now. So they work on weekends and around the clock, helping people and trying to get back to harmony and alignment in their physical, and a lot of that's mental and emotional, as well.
I think a lot of people are suffering from trauma.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And that's what causes a lot of issues.
I agree. They say 86%
Unresolved
of
trauma.
all physical issues are actually emotional. So if we can heal trauma, if we can clear trauma out of the body, I use a lot of aromatherapy for that, just because it works really well with the limbic system to clear. Our limbic system is behind the frontal lobe, and that's the seat of emotions. And when I did biofeedback on my first biofeedback on myself, my emotional reports were just terrible. I mean, it was so much. And you can tell like what's more currently bothering you, and it can tell you what isn't, what's been a long ongoing issue for you. And I had 28 markers on my trauma reports. And I was like, oh gosh, how am I going to get that clear? Because if you have all that, that's going into the field, and then you collect more too. Just you keep meeting those people to basically say, hey, you still got a problem here, and then that hopefully will cause you to dive in and clear that, so it isn't a problem anymore, and it doesn't radiate out anymore, and it doesn't get a match anymore. So I like to use aromatherapy, because that limbic system basically will defrag between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. And what I mean by defrag is we're just bombarded with stimuli, like way more than we even really think about. Like while we're sitting here, you might be making lists in your mind about what you got to do tomorrow, and your body is breathing. You're not telling your heart, hey, breathe. It's just breathing. You are telling it to, but you're not telling it to. You're feeling the temperature. You're registering light. We're doing all of these things, and you may go to the grocery store and pick up food and listen to the music at the same time and talk to the lady, and somehow your body is recording, this is the color shirt she has, this is the song that's on, this is the temperature in the store, all of this stimuli, and most of it we don't need. So from 3 a.m. to 5 a.m., it's going to probably dump what color shirt that lady had on at the store, and some of these other things that aren't a biggie to keep. But when we have trauma introduced, whether it's through someone in authority with, in your life, or someone, if it's repetitive over and over, or if it's sudden, you're not expecting it, and then all of a sudden, boom, something happens. Those things tend to really stick a little more, and there can be a combination of that too. So it's like someone that's an authoritative figure, and it's happened for the 3rd time, and it was suddenly every time, and you didn't expect it every time. So that has a little more stick. And what I mean by that is your limbic system will defrag at 3 a.m. to 5 a.m., all that extra stuff you don't need. But if there's extra stick, it may not go at 3 a.m. or 5 a.m. It may say like, you know what, we're going to store this in a body part somewhere until she can really process it and clear it. And it may stay dormant for a day. It may stay 2 weeks. It may stay 3 weeks, 5 months, 12 years. But one day, if you run into something similar to what that trauma was, then you'll start getting symptoms in that organ. It's a message. It's saying, hey, there's a problem here. And a lot of times if we use things like essential oils, it'll bypass your olfactory system, go straight to that limbic system behind the frontal lobe, into the limbic system, and basically say, you know what, dump all that stuff you don't need. Just get rid of it, because this is causing more problems, and it's creating more people to come to you to have more issues. And so I started using a certain type I will say you can't just use any essential oils because most of the oils out there aren't even real. But if you do find one that is real, I did 16 weeks of using them, and within 16 weeks, I brought my score from 28 to 4. And I got off 33 meds, and I dropped 80 pounds, and I was a whole different person, honestly.
Wow.
That's impressive.
What were the oils that you used?
I personally use Young Living. There's another company called Swiss Aromatics. But those are the two companies that I have found, the only two companies I have found so far on the planet that are actually real.
I think I had Young Living way back when they practically first started.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They're pretty. They measure really high frequency depending on which one. They all have different. They're alive. It's the blood of a plant, and so like when I do live blood analysis, you can put an oil on topically and it goes into the blood and the brain barrier within 3 seconds of just putting it on your body. You could see before and after in blood sheets. So just put it right there on the thing and it's like, whoa, your blood's completely different now. Brain scans completely different. It's pretty crazy. But if you use something fake or synthetic or a hybrid or something with a really strong carrier, you have the opposite effect. It actually can mess up your blood and make it like really sticky and not, it's well, because it's chemicals, most of it. And so chemicals in general aren't great for the human body. Propylene glycol is the number one thing that I have found in the oils that we were testing that were not real oils. And so I called the FDA and I said, how is it that you're labeling these oils to be 100% organic, 100% therapeutic grade A, and they said, well, their guideline is if 3% of an oil is in a bottle, they can label it 100% because they're not saying this bottle contains 100%. They're saying that the 3 drops in there are 100%. Are you serious? Trickery.
Wow. Everything's trickery.
Yeah. Well, it's also false labeling, like they shouldn't be able to do that.
The average person wouldn't know that. And if I try to go find cranberry juice right now, guys, I've sent my kids out to find cranberry juice even in the last few weeks, and they come home with what they think is cranberry juice. They're really excited. The bottle says natural, organic, all the things. But when I brought it home, I said, did you look on the back? Because it'll look on the back, it'll tell you the ingredients, and it'll say 98% fructose, 3% apple juice, 1% cranberry or whatever. At least it tells you. FDA guidelines do not make you put ingredients on the bottle of the oils. It just said 100% therapeutic grade A. So you don't even know the trick because you can't, we've been pushing for years to get them to actually, you should say what's in the bottle. That should be a law.
Well, that's like skincare. When you read a label for skincare, the first 3 ingredients are what's in the skincare.
Usually water is the first.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and propylene glycol is usually the number 1 ingredient, which is antifreeze. Not something you want to put on your body, not something that you want to diffuse in your house. Because if you're breathing that in, that's going to not be great for the lungs. But the animals, I Google all the time about animals and oils, and it always says, don't give oils to animals. You know why? Because they're giving them this shitty oils that are out there, and it has propylene glycol in them. It's killing the animals. So if you would use a real oil, the blood of a plant, this is actually really good for animals.
Wow.
Well, I think, not that I'm knocking Young Living, but like if you can find a person that's growing and distilling their own oils, they're pretty pure.
Yes, but I will tell you the distillery process, you got to know what you're doing.
You got to
because
know what you're doing, yeah, and it can cause molds, yeah, in the air. Yeah.
because
You
I
know,
have
these are like little cottage industries in Europe that do this.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they do it all over the world.
Yeah.
well, most places that distill or harvest don't have labs on site. So if you're a farm, and you may be a good farm, and you're trying to figure out if it's time to harvest so you can distill, they'll send off something to wherever in a different state or different country, takes a month or whatever, and they'll go, oh yeah, good to go ahead and harvest. Well, by the time you get the message to do that, you've
Yeah.
already missed the window of the most opportune time to get the most phenols or the most sesquiterpenes or the most monoterpenes or whatever it is you're looking for to get out of that oil. So I've literally been on the farm where Young Living actually has invested tons of money to have a lab on the site of every farm. So we could walk over and go, hey, let's test this. And they'll say, no, you need 3 more hours of sunlight. Okay, we're going to wait 3 more hours and then we're going to cut. I mean, if I would have sent that off, I'd have found out 3 weeks later and we would have missed
Yeah.
the best of that harvest.
Yeah, I like essential oils.
So yeah.
It changed my whole perspective when I started looking at the limbic system stuff and then the frequency stuff, because peppermint is 118 frequency, lavender is 98, helichrysum, which is the eternal oil, and it's made in Croatia. I've been to the farms over there in Croatia, 157 megahertz. I mean, that's high. Rose oil is also 320 megahertz. So we, on a healthy adult body, on a healthy day as an adult, are usually around 67 megahertz. So if you get low, that's when you could start getting sick. And if you get high, you can keep your health and keep your immunity. And, telling the truth and living the truth will keep your frequency up. Eating good food, keeping your frequency up. Living true keeps your frequency up. Good water, sleeping good, grounding, but there's different things that can cause you to drop too. Bad food, bad music, weird people.
Yeah. Weird people's a big one.
That's a really big one.
Debbie Downers of the world, And
You
then
have to throw some essential oil on them like the Pope does when he throws
right.
throws the holy water around.
And I was so shocked to find out that coffee will bring your frequency down and keep it down for 48 hours, sometimes 72 hours. So you could go to St. Arbuck's with Debbie Downer and you double dip, you're like, you're really dropping,
We're not going there. That's too expensive.
Yes. Our coffee's better anyway.
There was a gal that called up on KCOR, and she must have worked for Microsoft, and there was a Starbucks like right there, and she would get Starbucks for breakfast on her break, and I guess when she was done with work, and it's like, honey, you're spending a lot of money on coffee. I mean, we're talking a lot of money.
Yeah.
Because those coffees aren't cheap.
No, they're not cheap. And also, like, they got weird stuff in them.
Probably all kinds of chemicals in them.
Right? Yeah. Starbucks.
Yeah, it always tasted like burnt.
Yeah. Old beans. Yeah. Like old roasted beans. Yeah, interesting.
I was thinking about that mushroom coffee stuff and trying that.
I just started doing that, and I haven't done it long enough to know if it really seems
Does
like
anything.
But I just literally got some.
You
now, do you have an EES system?
I am not a fan.
And
I was in the, and it's like,
yeah, I don't want to talk about it. not publicly.
You know,
Yeah,
dandelion roots are good. Like I'm changing.
yeah,
They're good roasted for
Oh,
coffee.
I love dandelion.
Yeah, I love
me
dandelion.
too.
And you can put a little cream in it too,
Yeah.
and kind of taste a little different, you know?
Yeah.
It's so good for your liver.
Yeah. Yeah.
I need something good for my liver.
Amazon has one called Dandy Blend. And I
Ooh.
don't know what they put in it. It's something else. I think chicory or like maybe a little mushroom or something that they put in with the dandelion.
Mm.
And oh my gosh, it kind of tastes like coffee. Like you put in a little bit of hot water, a little bit of cream, and get one of those frother things, you know?
Yeah.
And it's yummy. I'm telling you, that's a good one. That's
What about the
dandelion.
Essiac tea?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I don't
I
know that.
lived on that for a little bit when I was going through it. I don't think it tastes that great, but it sure is good for you. Have you tried it?
Oh, yeah.
You know.
You drink it a lot?
I'm going to start drinking it more because I got a lot of it.
Have you tried it, Caroline?
No, I don't think so. It doesn't seem
It
familiar.
was a tea that I think she
Cassie.
was a nurse, and it helps with cancer.
Oh, okay.
A
She
lot of
was
people had
reversing
cancer,
cancer.
drink the tea.
Is it like a tonic? Like a tonic tea?
Well, it got all kinds of stuff in it.
Hmm. You know what I've been doing? I've been switching out having coffee because I've cut it all down. I'm having hot chocolate, like a dark, like bitter
Having what?
hot chocolate. I've been
Oh,
switching it out, like the coffee, but I've been going for a really dark chocolate,
like cacao.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, because it's got the caffeine in it, it just distributes itself differently and is not as stressful. So, yeah, so far so good. I've completely I'm down to 1 cup in the morning. I used to drink coffee all day long, so I'm down to 1 cup. I'm doing well.
I went
Cacao
off
is
of
so
coffee and
good.
then I went back one coffee, just
Did
like a
you?
half a cup, and then
Yeah.
I water it down.
Yeah, I like
So
coffee a day.
And I put cayenne pepper and
Mm-hmm.
cinnamon in it.
cacao is so good for the brain too.
Yeah.
So if you could get like a real chocolate coffee
Mm-hmm.
or a real hot chocolate, I still like heavy whipping cream or something in it just to make it. I know a lot of people put like MCT or coconut oil or things like that. I've tried. I'm not a big coconut fan.
Mm.
I don't know why. I just don't like, especially in coffee. I don't like it. Or
I
coconut
like whipped
water.
cream in coffee.
What?
Yes.
Mm.
That'd be good in the hot chocolate
Decadent.
too.
Yeah, it's great in hot chocolate.
That'd
Yeah.
be like a dessert.
So would peppermint schnapps.
You
You know
know,
that?
Rise actually does their mushroom coffee, but they have a melatonin hot chocolate to
Oh,
take to drink
Mm.
at night. And that's the one I was just telling you I just started, and I'm kind of testing it out to see,
oh,
but
that's
it
interesting.
tastes really good.
Well, what are you doing for the parasite cleanse?
So I'm using a product. It's 21 days. You can get the information off of my website if you go to drsharnael.com. Well, is it? Yeah. Matter of fact, you guys can email me. I'll send you a link. But basically, I have so much. I mean, weeks and weeks of information in this one Facebook group that I've just started putting together, and so people can go in there and watch a video or watch a short video or read about like certain foods to eat or not to eat, or different natural things that are good for parasites, or things to avoid because of parasites, or what they do electronically, what they don't, like just days of information. Because I want people every day, if they're doing it, to know why they're doing it. I feel like, okay, my dog is just really bothering me. I feel like if people know why they're doing something, they stick with it more, you know? Maybe I made that up. Maybe it's just me. But I feel like for me, I gotta know the whys. But if I know the why, it gives me a little more incentive. So I would drop a little bit of why, a little bit of why every single day, enough to keep people interested and keep that incentive to keep going, you know. I also found if we do it in groups, people are a little
Goes
bit
better.
less intimidated, you know, I think. And they're kind of like, yay, let's do it, you know, and there's a little bit of excitement almost. You know, and people are meeting other people doing it. They're sharing their experiences, their testimony. Some people are posting pictures. We just started yesterday, so I haven't seen pictures yet. That's going to probably be a little, you know, within a day or two. But we did this 2 or 3 times last year, and it was such a great response that I was like, you know what, we got to do this again. I was planning on doing it way earlier than now, but just life in general, and it does take a lot of energy. It's free. I don't charge for it, but it's not free to me because it takes a lot of my time to personally add people in the group, post about it, tell people about it, you know, all the things that are required. And you would be so shocked how much energy even one person is just to get them in the group. It's like, hey, can you send me this? And it's like, they don't send it. And it's like, can you send me this? And you don't send it. They ask questions, they do this. And it's like, I need proof that you have it. Send me a picture. Well, they'll send me a picture of something else. And it's like, okay, you're not serious, you know. Or they want to get in the group and they say, well, I've been waiting to be in the group for 3 days and no one's approving me. And let's say their name is Sally Sue or something. And I'm like, well, I don't see a Sally Sue requesting to be in the group yet. So whenever you want to join us, you know, let me know and I'll be there to let you in. And then it turns out their Facebook name is different than their real name on their email or whatever. And it's just like, if you would have just said, I'm this person and I'm trying to get in, it would have been a lot easier. We wouldn't have had 7 emails back and forth. But so that kind of thing probably is a deterrent to doing free things sometimes, times 130 people. But the reward is pretty cool when everyone's really excited and they're losing weight and their gut's getting, you know, better and they're digesting things better and, you know, they're happy. And, you know, depression is a big thing with parasites. Confusion is a big thing with parasites.
What about anxiety?
Anxiety is a big thing with parasites because all of these guys have their own, you know, it's like you said you don't like crowds. Like you could have a crowd in there, you know.
I'm sure I do.
They got their own little, you know, vibe and it may not match yours, you know. And so there's like a dissonance with it, you know. It takes away your nutrients that you're eating. It takes away, you know, a lot of people will invest in some really healthy food and they may not even be utilizing it because they're getting it. Or you may be taking supplements that you're not utilizing because you're giving it to them, you know. So why not get rid of these guys? Let's deport these illegal aliens that are robbing and stealing and murdering, and let's take back our sovereignty, you know.
I was doing pumpkin seeds and then sometimes diatomaceous earth.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
I would take like a glass of, well, like a tablespoon of diatomaceous earth and water, and then I drink that every morning.
That's amazing. That's good, and that's good for animals too.
Kills bugs.
Kills bugs. Yeah, bugs don't like it. Yeah.
What'd you say?
Bugs don't like it. It kills the bugs.
Oh yeah, yeah. And pumpkin is good to give to eat or to give it to your dog or put it in their dog food, you know, and helps them stay free from all of that too. I pretty much stay on some sort of parasite situation just because of all the animals that I have and work with, you know.
Yeah.
Constantly working at the shelter and bringing in cats and dogs and, you know, or just going over there. But you can pick it up at the yard. You can pick it up, you know, bare grounding. A lot of people are like, oh, I don't have parasites. I've never been to a foreign country. And I'm like, you can get it off the fruit that you buy at the grocery store, or
In the water.
Lettuce,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
anything, any vegetable.
Yep.
Sushi is terrible, like fish products in general. Lots of opportunities there for parasites. So, but yeah, pumpkin's great, and there's a lot of great things out there for it.
Red clover, in the past, red clover is a really good one. I remember using that when I had been bit by a tick years and years ago. Yep.
And you can make a tea with that too, can't
Yeah.
you?
Oh yeah, red clover's great. I love it. In fact,
I do some frequencies too.
Mm-hmm. The rife.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a little zapper that on my website. I might have one in here. These are fun too. Have you seen these before?
Oh.
What's that? Huda Clark's.
Yeah.
Zapper.
We have them on the website, but basically it's got these coils, copper coils, and you can wear it like inside your pant leg, inside your belt waist, or some people will put them right here and put one of those like wristband things, or wear them in your sock. You just want to make sure this is touching your skin. And there's a battery in here. And this is a dead battery. It doesn't work. I need to change it out. But normally a light will come on. And it zaps a frequency in through your skin and kills the parasites. And they don't like the sound. We can't hear it and we can't feel it, but they can feel it and they can hear it, and it just dissolves them into smithereens. And then if you got some good enzymes in your body, you'll dissipate all of that out and get rid of it. That's a big part of the whole system. That some people don't talk about, is making sure you're eliminating it after, because you can kill all that stuff. If you don't have it get out,
you get sick.
Clogged in like the lymphatic system, and get kind of stuck and cause some circulation issues and lymphatic issues. And so lymphatic massage is good. Rebounding walk your German Shepherd several miles or whatever. Do jumping jacks or something.
Not me. I'm lucky if I can walk down the corner.
Well, you went to the Reading Museum, right? Earlier in the week, I saw you post them.
Took the kids to the museum.
Yeah.
Which museum?
Oh, just our local museum. They had a dinosaur choo-choo. But I think it was for smaller kids than what Emmett and Josh are. Emmett's 7 and Josh is 5, but Josh had a good time. Oh, there was something strange that happened too. I was sitting there with Josh. He was, like drawing a dinosaur. And this little boy in an orange shirt with black hair comes over to me and gives me a hug.
Oh, wow. That's kind of beautiful. Yeah.
I thought, maybe he figured I needed a hug for something.
That's so sweet.
Did he know? Did
you hug back?
Yeah. I was so shocked. It's like he just came over, put his arms around me and he left.
I need a kid to do that to me. Send him over here.
I thought, well, maybe he thought I was somebody else. You know what I mean? And then I looked around and it was just like his mother was there, and she didn't look anything close to what I look like.
I think that's sweet. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Maybe your frequency was like, I need a hug. I'm curious, Caroline, can I change the subject?
Sure.
I want to know about your necklace.
Oh, this one?
Yeah. What is that?
It's an open triad.
It's a what?
They call it an open triad. Can you see it?
Oh, it's beautiful.
It's Celtic.
Okay, I see it now.
It's an open. It's like usually you see them. They're enclosed. Like they won't have openings, but this is an open triad.
I love it.
Yeah. That's my triple goddess. My triple triangles. It's my thing.
All right.
Yeah. You know, I
So
got
what,
this in. I got
so what
this
does
in
that
an
mean to you?
what it means to me, it's actually it's like a power shield. You know, it's like very, and it's the triple. But I got this in an antique store in Rhinebeck, New York.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah. And I was so shocked to see it. So I was like it was just one of those things.
It
But
was
myself,
calling you.
well, I bought it for Christmas that year. That was my Christmas present to myself. That was about 20 years ago. Yeah, about 20 years ago. But it was so unusual to find that it's no one that's easily found. So it was new as
Meant to be.
yeah, I'm pretty sure you can get it now. But back then it was new.
Prophetic shopping. I
Yeah,
love that.
yeah,
When
yeah.
things just like jump out you and go like, "You're mine." I'm yours.
Usually shiny things. It's usually shiny things for me, you know. It's like jewelry that calls me.
Yes. I
Yeah.
have a little issue with that myself, so especially like crystals and all the shiny things. Yeah.
Madeline too. Yeah.
Oh,
Love her crystals. Yeah.
all of these crystals.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, love
Yeah.
them.
You know what I have been seeing lately? And I was talking to my daughter about it. Like when I'm closing my eyes, I'm seeing a lot of really, really rich colored stained glass. And I don't know where it is. Like
Hmm.
like I just keep seeing that kind of image.
I have stained glass in my window right here.
Do you? Huh.
Mhm. Joan of Arc.
Joan of Arc. Huh. I wonder.
I'll have to send
I,
you a picture.
yeah, send a picture or something because I keep seeing it. I keep seeing all this stained glass and
It's
it's
so
really
healing.
rich
You
color.
got to go to a church.
Yeah.
I keep trying to think which one because a lot of the churches around here they took all the stained glass out of them.
Really?
Yeah, they were worth money.
It's
Yeah.
meant to heal, like the color therapy, and it's meant to heal on purpose. And I can't believe they would take it away. It's terrible.
Not them all, but some of them have.
My
Well, that's
friend
where I
used to
got
make
her.
stained glass.
I got her from a church that they had tore down for some reason. I don't know if I have a picture. I might have a picture on my phone.
You
But
might have some interesting antique shops in Louisiana
yeah, we
with
do.
stained glass.
We do. It's pretty interesting. But
Maybe I need to take a class how to do it. You
like
know?
to make your own?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe. Oh, here
Well,
she.
you got to cut your glass, and then there's like a
Oh,
no. My
It's
my
like the
friend used
lead.
to do
Yeah.
it.
Oh, okay. Let me
it's a
get a
big,
picture.
tall one. It's like
Oh,
six,
yeah.
7 feet
Wow.
tall
Yeah,
in my office.
that's gorgeous.
Yep, and it's arched at the top, and then. So I told my husband, like, because we built this house, and I was like, well, if we ever leave, I'm gonna have to cut this
Take it
out.
with.
Oh, yeah, it's got to go with you. Yeah.
It's coming with me for sure. But yeah, it's right here, but on the other side of this bookcase.
Hmm.
I love Joan of Arc. Do you guys have somebody like that? My person's Joan of Arc. Who's your person?
Oh, well, I liked the Turfty Danu.
Who?
The Turfty Danu, like the ancient Celtic. In fact, I will show you a picture.
Yeah.
In fact, with the idea, I could take the picture and then I can.
What's the story?
They were ancient gods. Well, they weren't really, but they kind of have went down in
She
history.
disappeared.
Oh, sorry. I don't know if you'll be able to see
She
this.
disappeared.
You know what it is? It's my accent. You'll know who they are. Tufti Danu.
Tufty Danu.
Yeah, it's a tribe, like mainly known in Ireland.
Hmm.
But there you go. They're the Fae. They're the fairies.
They went
Oh,
away.
can you see
Went
it?
away
Can you see
again.
it? No, you can't see it. I don't know how to get it to come in. There. No? Too
A
much.
little bit.
A little bit.
So who? I'm
They're,
gonna.
they're the Fae. It's the fae. It's the fairies.
Oh, the fairies.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see her. There, she's the queen.
It's kind of hard to see.
Yeah. You know, maybe I should send it up on Skype and you'll be able to see it there.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Madeline? Who's yours?
Me?
Yeah.
I got a couple of them.
Yeah.
The
Me
Virgin
too.
Mary, Kuan Yin,
Yeah. I like Queen.
Lakshmi, Padre Pio, Archangel Michael.
All right, let's see.
Kind of big. All of them.
I like Lakshmi.
Lakshmi.
I
Yeah.
don't know who that is. You're going to have to send me information.
She's the Indian goddess of money or
Money. Oh, I like her.
finances.
Yep.
I have her hanging on the wall.
I like Athena. I like Isis. I like all the traditional ones. I like Freya. Who else? Hecate. I love Hecate. Yeah. All right, how do I do this?
I used to have it as a phone thing. What do
Yeah.
you mean used to, Madeline? You still do.
like
What
the
the heck is wrong with you?
Like the wallpaper kind of thing?
Yeah, it's on my phone.
Well, that
If
makes
I
sense.
could get this stuff off the phone.
All right, I just sent it in the chat.
Here, do you see
But
it?
it's a kind of squinty picture. I can't see yours. No, I can't see it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I like that. Like
Okay.
Vishnu.
She's beautiful. Yeah, when we went to the castle there in Scotland, there's a lot of stained glass there.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, there
Oh,
is.
she's beautiful.
Yeah, she is.
I love all the colors.
Well, you know, the Indians hold a lot of colors, from India.
Mm-hmm.
They have Lakshmi festivals and so on and so forth.
Huh, I sent that picture, but for some reason I don't think it went. Oh, there. Yeah, there you go.
Oh.
Yeah, like it's kind of squinty. It's an old painting for the 1800s, and that is the Tourte Danu.
Oh, wow.
That is yeah. I think his last name was Duncan, the painter.
Oh,
So that's who they are. That's my people.
that's your people.
That's my people. That's my tribe. Yep.
I have to,
How far were you from Edinburgh?
Edinburgh is probably about an hour away. I'm on the west coast, so I'm right on the coast, and I don't know, like if you travelled around Edinburgh and went up Highland, you probably didn't come to this area. But we have a lot of islands here, so it's a lot of boat trips if you want to go anywhere. It's an interesting place. Like where I live is literally William Wallace walked here. This is his.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I'm constantly telling people that, like, is it because it's almost like we forgot, like we have forgot some of these things, and you see their eyes, they light up, like when I'll say, William Wallace walked here, and they'll look at me and I go, no, he literally walked here. He lived here, like he hung in the castle, like this was his place, and they'll look at me and they go, what? And it's like, the wee heart will flutter, and then you light a fire under them and you go, okay, like let's get rid of these nut jobs. Revolution.
That's so funny. My husband's related to Bruce, I think. Bruce.
Robert the Bruce.
Robert the Bruce.
Mm-hmm.
Way back. But that's one of the reasons why I wanted him to see Scotland so bad is when they said that the movie that Bruce or that Mel Gibson did was actually about him and not the other guy, like, which I thought was, I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what they told us when we were over there. That Wallace.
Yeah, it's really interesting because Wallace and Bruce were not in the same time. Like there's a tiny overlap, but the way that movie depicted it, I don't think was really accurate. I think it was a good movie, but I don't.
What movie was that?
Braveheart.
Oh, Braveheart.
Do you know that Trump just saw that like 6 years ago?
Yeah.
He was talking about that movie, and they were asking him if he saw it because, with the attempt and him coming up, they were saying that it was kind of a Braveheart move.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, I just saw that like 5 years ago I think he said he was on a plane,
Mm-hmm.
and he saw it.
Yeah, for Hollywood, right? It's a good one. Still makes me cry. Like there's scenes.
It's so. What is it, like 20 years old or something?
Longer. It's longer. It's older. Yeah. But there's one scene in that movie that I always cry. Always cry. And it's the scene when he walks into and it's all the villagers, all the men, all the young men, and they have them hanging. Like, see, I fall up every time I think about it. And it's just a movie, It's like
I cry at all the movies. What are you talking about?
I can cry an advert.
I'm like sobbing.
What's your favorite?
Madeline?
Mine? Who knows? I mean, I could be sobbing at anything. I can sob at a TV show. I'm sobbing with Trump talking.
You guys got to go see Reagan. Oh, wow. I cried the whole movie. It was so good. Really good movie. He did such a great job. Dennis Quaid. I was actually in a movie with him when I was in college. He was here in Louisiana doing a football movie, and I was an extra. And we got to meet him, and he's such a nice guy. And he was, I don't remember if he was dating or married to Meg
Ryan, right?
Meg Ryan at the time.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So she would sit in the stands, and watch them film and everything. And she was such a nice person too. But he really, it's like he just became Ronald Reagan in this movie. I mean, he just did such a good job. He really, really acted because he was in character for sure. He brought him to life. But yeah, I'd go see it again. I don't see movies twice. Do you? I'm not a big watch thing, but that movie I would see more than once. There's some movies I would see more. Mel Gibson, Braveheart, I've seen that probably 3 or 4 times.
Mm-hmm.
There's some or The Matrix. I've seen God.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
There's some movies I would just watch over and over.
Or the Titanic.
I've seen that
I can't. No, I cannot get through the Titanic. No.
No.
No. Can't get.
I don't even know.
Maybe you were on the boat.
I don't know, but I cannot get through it. Maybe. I mean, I know how it ends. Yeah.
Yeah, it sinks.
You're like, you heard how it ends. You don't need to watch it.
Yeah, it's like I cannot get through it. No.
We're soon going to come to the music. We so appreciate you being on, Dr. Sharnael. Maybe you come back again and bring Laura.
That would be great. Yeah, we'd love that. That'd be fun.
Yeah, let the people know that you have one space left and how they get in touch with you.
We got one space yet, and or if you want to do biofeedback, which I know we're working on some stuff, and I can do that all remote, long distance.
Oh.
Yeah, there's all kinds of online classes on my website. My books are on my website. Our podcast is every Thursday at noon. We can connect a lot of different ways. Or if you want to do the parasite cleanse, if anyone's listening and you want to do the parasite cleanse, our next one, our next and our last one ever that we're doing this year is November 15th. So if you order the product in the next few days or next week or ish, you probably get it in time to start the 15th with us. And then I probably won't do it again until the fall of next year. So I say it's a really good time to do it just because we have less light outside, during the fall. We're usually eating a lot worse, just because Halloween, Thanksgiving, parties, Christmas, just we tend to eat more, drink more, carbs and sugar. So that brings the immunity down quite a bit. And people, get sick more in the fall traditionally, not just because it's winter, but because of diet and sunlight. And so I say get yourself in a good position to be healthy right now and get those parasites out so we can you can be in a better place and get rid of all
we all need to
that.
be in a better place. That's for sure.
Yes, we do. And we can do it. We can do it.
I appreciate you guys having me on
It's
Oh,
been
absolutely.
yeah. Thank you.
very
We
much.
appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, and have a great, relaxing, fantastic
Yeah, retreat.
Yeah, you retreat and have a wonderful time there.
I think it's going to be great. I know it's going to be great. We're going to meet a lot of cool people. There's a lot of people that keep coming every year, that they're just like the regulars because they want to see their friends from from every time. And then, but this time there's actually quite a few new people. So I'm looking forward to see who we attracted to come, and who's all magnetized each other, for this specific time. I kind of look at it like those last bit of Cheerios in the bowl that all huddled together. It's like we're all going to be destined going, hanging on for our lives, and
That'll be fun.
Yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. Yeah, it'll be like nice. All women. That'll be great fun. Yep. It'll be deep, very deep. Hopefully.
Yeah, and Caroline comes on next with Navigating the Truth after this show.
Yeah, my daughter's going to join me, and we're going to talk about. We've been rewatching Star Wars, so we're going to.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's another show, so she's going to join me, and we're going to talk. Yeah.
And then next week we have Elizabeth Rose.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
Have you seen the OA?
OA.
You got to watch the OA, and I'll be quiet. That's it.
She's got long blonde hair.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I have. Yeah.
Okay. So you said you have Elizabeth Rose coming up?
Elizabeth Rose coming on next week. And Elizabeth Rose was in the hurricane.
Oh, okay. Wow. The recent
I think part of her house blew away.
Oh, crap.
Oh, my.
Something happened.
But she's okay.
Yeah, she's okay. I was talking to her, keeping in touch with her like the whole time that she was during the hurricane. It's like, call the fire company and let them get you out of there.
I don't think they could get to them in certain places.
But I mean, before it started, because she had no transportation. It's like, call the fire company.
Yeah.
Scary.
Yeah.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah, it's really scary. I don't know what I could do, but I would have tried to get out, I think.
Well, she was in North Carolina or she was in Florida?
Florida.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a lot of water.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sure is. It's terrible.
Well, you guys are going to have fun talking about Star Wars. I love Star Wars.
Yeah.
You see, back here I have Daisy Ray, who's the Awakenings. That's my favorite Star Wars one, is when the chick comes out and she's the awakened one. And
I thought you were talking about the cat.
Oh, she's right on the chair.
I have a cat like that too. A tuxedo cat.
Yeah, I found him in a wall at my daughter was doing driver's ed, and she called me and she said, "Mom, something's crying in the wall." And I was like, "What?" I got my
Here
card.
we go. We're at the end of the rope. Thank you so much. I appreciate you coming on the show.
Yep.
Thank you. Love you guys.
We'll get you back on again. Stay tuned for Caroline. Bye-bye.
Bye.